Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning and good night, and welcome to the Saturday stream. How are we all doing? Can we have an AV check? Whilst we're watching the intro, I built some recycling centres here because we have a refuse problem over there. So I thought we'd better deal with that. Probably need to put some more money into it as well. How am I? I'm not bad. You enjoying the intro? Did you enjoy the intro? Recycling, oh my god. I think I need to build more recycling centres full stop, actually. Oh, resubs. Intro was great. Jimmy Silvano, thank you for 15 months. Neclo DK55, Pratali with 3 years. Eric5146, thank you for 44. Rishki, welcome back. Johnny O, 5 months. Vin, 2910 with 2 years. Happy anniversary, Vin. Chris94, brilliant new highlight clips. How you doing? Have a great weekend all. Not bad, Chris, thank you. Thank you for the biddies. Paulie, how you doing? 27 months, 3 months. These months keep passing by, dude. It's shocking. Rackers with 14, Cornwall Boy with 62, Skeeter 37, Eric V, love the intro, 35 months, Daniel White, 3-year Blue Acorn Hype, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Did you guys have a good Friday? It's the best way to start off a stream, Mel Phillips. Yeah, gets you in the mood. Benna, 55 months, so 14 days ago it was my 54 months and now it's 55. At this rate I'll hit 60 soon. You're on accelerated time. Oh, Paulie, nice, dude, nice. J-Man, welcome back. Freak Gamer, 22 months. 2 months till 2 years. A good weekend, but a stressful week. Horrible Friday. You started the car with the gear engaged and crashed into the wall. You know what? You know what, dude? I always, with a manual car, I have muscle memory. I always drop the clutch before I start a car. Always. 100% always. So even if it was in gear, it would still start. But yeah, you should always shake the stick, as they say. Shake the stick for neutral. Never assume. You think it was automatic, it won't start in drive position. Automatics won't start unless it's in a P position. Yeah, never assume it's a neutral. Ever. Drop the clutch, shake the stick. Just do that and you'll be fine. It'll never happen again. That's true, Vron. Glenn, 47 months. Yeah, like a lot of automatics, you can't start them unless you put your foot on the brake. As well. Glenn, love the intro. Keep up the good work. Thank you, dude. Oh boy, we've got another little death wave going on. This is doing my head in. I think I might take Puppy's suggestion and build a medical thingy to get rid of all of our sickness. The medical monuments. Let's have a look at what the requirements are. Medical centre. Oh, blimey. Quite a few. Motley, 38 months, twice in a month. I think Twitch is broken. I think you're right. Mick, 69 with 37 months. Frosty Jack, not sure if it's 37 or 40, but hey. Well, apparently you've got double top. You're all good. It's raining where you are, Kilmowski. Oh dear. Last few days here has just been cloudless, and today it's quite cloudy. Baz, one thing that I'm wondering, I didn't change anything on the audio setup, and even the Twitch on full volume, it seems the whole stream is much less loud than I'm used to. Could be me getting old and deaf, but I thought I'd better ask. If I'm looking at my input meters, I'm averaging about minus 16 decibels, peaking at minus 10, which is about where I have it. So I don't think it's me.
Welcome back.
All I can suggest, Baz, check your sound output settings, Windows sound output. Maybe
Oh,
that bar
yeah,
slid
yeah,
down.
yeah.
That sometimes happen. Check your headphone volume switch if you've got one. If you've got a slider on that, maybe you knocked it. Savamura, 1.5 years. Thank you. Dr. D, our neighbour got out of her car with it running in the drive. She said she put the parking brake on, but nevertheless it crashed. It crossed the road, ran up the drive and smashed the back bumper of my BM. I would have been so mad. Oh dear, Dr. D, thank you for the bits. Jabgon, 17 months, been a long time since I watched. Thanks for staying sub, Jabgon. Let's see what I need to build the medical centre. The oppression office, okay. The mall of moderation. Sea and skyscraper. Actually, I know where we can put that one. A Lazarette Plaza we can put in the leisure zone, probably. The courthouse. I don't know if I've got anywhere good for that one yet. Caliloth, 15 months. Apparently I've done this for over a year now. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll go back to sorting my coins and listening to you in the background. Have an awesome day here with us. Thank you very much, Caliloth. Enjoy your coin counting. That sounds normal for you, Kilmansky. Using a deck on 100%, the audio is processed via 5.1. I didn't touch that one, it's still at the same level. I don't know then, Beth. I see way too much public transport here, impossible to be the US.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
I think we shall build a... not the mall of moderation, we'll construct the oppression office, possibly. The sea and skyscraper definitely will have. We'll put that in the skyscrapery zone if I can find it. There it is. No. Here. That's where it should go.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
It's the one, sea and skyscraper. Let's see if we can... It's actually not that big compared to all the other stuff we've got here already.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Good job, game. I want to keep this empty here.
Happy anniversary.
I think I might go for that. Maybe just shunt it along a little bit. There we go.
Happy
That's pretty good.
anniversary, Natter.
That works. Thunderfluff. I don't know, bro. I just got going. Baz, it's called the placebo effect, my man. All that matters, Baz, is if I look at the audio meters in OBS, I can tell you, like scientifically tell you what the output is. And I can see what it is, Baz. It's exactly where it should be. But if you start saying the sound's quieter, you get the placebo effect where some other people go, yeah, it's a bit quieter, isn't it? When it's actually not. I'm happy with science, Baz. Audio meter bars are fine. Zonta, thank you for 37 months. Paul in chat, long time no see. Thank you, Zonta.
Happy anniversary.
What if OBS outputs it to Twitch in a different way? Why would it do that? I'm talking in a softer tone. I'm talking in a softer tone. Egregious, 25 months. Maybe the third hand should learn sign language and be on the other corner for the hearing impaired. Imagine having a stream with somebody else just like doing all that stuff as I'm talking. Audio lover, thank you for Twitch baby 9 months. Duke to Duke, love your Skyline streams. Working through your back catalogue on SquirrelPlus. Keep up the Baz banter. Oh dear. So what else did we need? So we've got that one. The Lazarette Plaza. Now, with Lazarette Plaza, I would like to put in the leisure zone, which is here. Or possibly tourist zone. Tourist zone might work better. Oh, the game's saying I'm making too much money again. Oh no, hang on, this is a customer problem. Not enough tourists coming through the space elevator. Sorry, Luke Pryor. Would you like Makaton or British Sign Language? Dude, Emmy, I have absolutely no idea what the difference is between the two. Are you actually saying that sign language is like... they have different language versions of it? A bit like spoken language? I mean, is it like a significant difference or just subtle differences? Is it just a case of learning some slight different variances like a dialect, or is it just utterly different? So if you flew to America, your sign language would be useless over there, or would people be vaguely understand what you're saying? How's my morning wrist? Not bad, dude. Not bad. Yeah, I think I got up at like 9 or something. Had breakfast, watched some YouTube videos, had a shower, got ready for the stream. You're pretty sure sign language is universal? Well, it sounds not, Muffins. It sounds like it's not. Lazarette. That would be that one. You can mix tourist zone and residential in the same district to get more customers. I don't really want houses here, that's the thing. I'm sure we can, but I don't really want to put housing here. If I'm honest with you. Well, Lazarette Plaza might actually go there. I'd like a footpath to it, ideally. Have to destroy something to do it, though. They're two different languages. I've heard there is difference in sign language, not sure how significant though. Yeah, I don't know either. Makaton is used for learning disabilities with non-verbal or communication problems. It's not the same as sign language. So what about actual sign language then? Is sign language universal? I assume people will be able to walk through that. Oi, get off the statue, bro! North Americans speak English with different pronunciation. Yeah, but we're not talking about speaking, Diamond Tiger. We're talking about signing. There are 3 major forms of sign language in the United States. American, Pidgin Signed English, and Signed Exact English. Please tell me, Flamingo, that Pidgin is not actually spelled like that. I think that will let people at least walk around, because I don't think the game would let them otherwise. Wait. Did they just move out? Scumbags.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Do you think the magical roundabout will get a use in the city just to annoy bears? When you said the magical one, Luke, do you mean the Swindon one? It catch you up on some stuff. Lord Imperious, 28 months, gonna have to shove more snow today. Haven't had this much metro much in Metro Vancouver for years, but for now I'll have some tea and watch some squirrel. Dude, we've hardly had any snow, like hardly any snow where I live this year. Multicore X, thank you for 5. Dunty, welcome back. Brocar 37 and King Awesome 45. Thank you. The one where there's 8 roundabouts around the centre, it's... Oh, yes, I remember that. Yeah, the giant thing. Do you not remember the Whiteland thing as well? That crazy construct he made with actual buildings inside. Right, we've got half of them. The courthouse, the Mall of Roderation, and the Oppression Office. Do we have a kind of officey zone here? That's one possibility. We could also put some offices down here and pop them in there as well.
Welcome to the
I think I prefer to leave that empty. Whoa, hang on. I just noticed something. The chocolate is backlogging all the way up to here, which could explain some sickness. I think we better, yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll buy that sector. Yeah, let's just move all the water extraction, like, really far away from all this chocolate generation. Because that is actually backlogging a lot more than I thought it would. In fact, some of these can probably work better there, to be honest. It's going to destroy something. Scumbaggery. Oppression Office seems like the perfect addition to the suburbs. Did that actually link? You're up early, Mr. Castrator. How did the flying go yesterday? Paul, how do you get skyscrapers near the airport? I can't seem to get any to spawn. That is because it's a tourist zone, for one. And I think it's to do with the policies you set. We'll have a look at the policies in a second. Let me just sort this out. Right, good flow over here.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
I'll space them out a bit. No, the brown stuff's just milkshake that we manufacture. It flows downstream to McDonald's, and they sell it. That's what happens. So it's all recycled, because we believe in recycling here. Scumbag. Kidding me? Right, now we've got to get power over there. Ugh. I'm playing Skylines all day. I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Just wondering if I had any pylons, but nearest ones. This is the nearest one. Convincing to jump that gap. I don't like putting pylons over water. They just look wrong. But equally, I don't like using all these things endlessly, because that equally looks bad. What I need is like a substation mod or something that has a... Like, you could put a substation down here and it would have quite a big influence, implying underground cabling there. And then you can carry on. Something like that.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
For now, we'll just do this. There isn't a Mukda, that's by you can see the underground electric thing. Let me just put that into Google Translate. Install the truly underground power lines mod for such occasions. I'm reluctant to do that because that is one of those mods that does tend to break when the game updates. But a windmill at the pumps just to give them power. That's an option, donkey. That's an option. The problem with wind turbines, because we don't want to make flower donkeys, so we don't use windmills. The problem with wind turbines is that this is Detroit, and that is way too green. Way too green. But then if we want to drop one of these in, we're going to need roads and all the rest of it. And I don't think we're going to be able to cross over there. So this is where you get a bit stuck here with the power situation. We'll have to cross there. Oh, those two are a pain, aren't they? Okay. Let's have a look, because I probably broke something doing that. Individual nuclear power plant. Yeah, right. Just put like a nuclear power station on this island here. Offshore nuclear power. Again, though, we'd still have to put a road to it. I don't know where the road's going to come from. Water availability is okay. What's the budget on that? Okay, we can heat that up a touch. So that might explain why people keep getting ill. I don't know why they keep dying, unless it's really bad milkshake. But I don't think we've got any Burger Kings here. They all appear to be connected. How much is the nuclear power? Geothermal's too clean. Way too clean. See, that here would be awesome. But I'd have to get a road down here. You're polluting the world in this game. You're evil. We're nearly in 2060. Flippin' heck. Time flies. Yeah, so maybe we'll do that with the power later. Oh yeah, we're going to look at the airport. This thing. Yeah, so let's have a look at the policies. Smoking ban. So it's nothing to do with that. High ticket prices, I love it. I forgot I did that. Free Wi-Fi but high ticket prices. So you're kind of paying for the Wi-Fi anyway, included in the cost. I think then it must be a land value thing. Well, I haven't said that. It's not got tremendous land value. So I actually don't know. I think then it is because it's a tourism specialization. It must be that. Tourism. Because if you go to this zone over here, Detroit Leisure Centre, that's a leisure complex and that's a tourist complex. And this gets high-rise and that gets low-rise. And that, I think, would tie up with this area. Yeah, see, this is a tourist as well. So if you want high-rise, build tourist. That's the answer. "2016, no flying cars." What makes you think we'll have flying cars in 2060? I need to build this area out, I think. Your voice has been fixed, Baz. So, did you find the problem, or have you just compensated for it? Flying cars are a bit impossible. Be careful with the word impossible. Lots of things have been called impossible, and then happened. Can you add a prison? Yes, you can add a prison. Right there. Correctional facility. Well, they are indeed, Luke Pryor. Cessna 172s are a bit like a flying car. But this is where my problem lies. What's the difference between a flying car and an airplane? What is the difference? He did some investigation and found out my front right speaker wasn't working, apparently because a cable had slipped out the back of my receiver. Right. Yeah, wings. Exactly, Alex. Wings. That's the difference between an airplane and a flying car, is wings. So then the next logical question to say is, well, if a flying car doesn't have wings, how does it defeat gravity? Brian Cree, thank you for 17 months. World of Madness, 51 months. Keep up the great content. Thank you very much, sir. You're a bit. Thank you for 7. Only car to 3 months. Time flies. Well, you got a new Acorn. Well, a car plus wings then becomes an airplane, doesn't it not? A flying car is impossible. No, you're using that word again, Foxy. Using that word again. In order to have a flying car, you need to have a car that can fly but doesn't have wings. That doesn't mean it's impossible. It means we have to defeat gravity in a different way that isn't generating lift from a wing. That's what it means. Scientifically, it's doable if we can defeat gravity in some other way. So how do we defeat gravity without wings? Well, the problem with magnets, Jabgon, is you need something to bounce back off. You need something to repel. So as soon as you leave the ground, you kind of lose that. So that's not likely to be flying car. That's a hovering car. That's the difference between a hover and a fly, isn't it? With one, you're in proximity of the ground, and when you're flying, you're not. Or you shouldn't be. A car is a road vehicle. Ooh, now we're getting interesting. So does a car have to have wheels? And does it have to travel on a road? What about a seaboat? Yeah? What about a plane that can land on water? It doesn't necessarily need a runway, so is it still a plane? Does a car need a road? We're getting a bit deep here on Saturday afternoon. Where we're going, we don't need roads. A helicopter doesn't have wings. Technically it does. The rotor's called a flying wing. It uses the same principles of lift. It just generates lift in a different way. But it's still a wing. Compressed air underneath. Or jet engines or something like that. We're still defeating gravity, but we're not using a wing. Saturday semantics. It's not semantics. It's actually... It's an interesting thing, Greg, is when you start looking at things like this and challenging people's kind of thoughts on the subject of what a flying car is. I think it's interesting. Right, I need somewhere to put the oppression office, the mall of moderation, and the courthouse. Now, what's going to put it over... I'm going to put it here. That looks a bit busy. So I think maybe this is the best bet. Also near the bus station, so it probably makes sense. I don't really want to get rid of that park. Yeah, I think maybe down here with some more offices might work. Be too tired to add too much to the debate. Oh. You haven't changed my mind. A flying car is still impossible, Foxy Era. Alright, let's turn this around then. Explain to me why a flying car is impossible, Foxy. I beg to differ. The statement says seaplane does not need a runway. It still needs a runway, although it has a different srfec than what most people think of as a runway. Okay, nuts life. What's a runway then? It sounds like you're saying it still needs a runway. What is a runway? Nothing is impossible. But there's always an exception to every rule, so what's the exception? Oppression office. Let's have a look. I can't remember how big this thing is. Okay, that I can make this work. Runway equals a surface you can use to land or take off. Okay, so is a motorway a runway then? I agree with that, Ibrahim. That's why you have to be careful about saying things are impossible. In order to let a car fly, it needs to be free from the ground, and it can't because a car is a road vehicle. Is that the definition of a car? What is the definition of a car? A road vehicle, typically with 4 wheels, powered by an internal combustion engine and able to carry a small number of people. So if I have a car with an electric engine, is it no longer a car? The definition of runway says hard surface, meaning that water wouldn't count. Okay. So now a seaplane a seaplane kind of breaks the rule then, doesn't it? Because it doesn't need a runway. I totally agree, World of Madness. Lots, you know, the idea of talking to somebody on the other side of the world, you know, was once thought impossible. Talking to somebody on another hill was thought impossible before radio communication. A car is a motor vehicle with room for a small number of passengers. A motor vehicle? That's an interesting definition. Because a plane is a motor vehicle with room for passengers. What else do we need? Moderation. I don't think we want the moderation here. What was the other one? That one. That might be too big. The quartiles. We'll find out. Yeah, I thought so. Right, the courthouse definitely can't go here. So we'll just make the rest of this office space. Just to fill that in nicely. Need to find somewhere else for this other stuff. You can make things impossible by giving them specific need to be the thing. Well, that's that you can make things impossible by definition, is what you're saying. So if you can define a car as having to be on a road, like it has to travel on a road to be a car, then you can no longer have a flying car from your argument. That's why I'm asking you if that is the definition of a car, a road-going vehicle. A runway in my book is designated space for vehicle which needs to move forward to be able to get off the surface of the Earth. Well, yeah, but you can put a runway on the moon. So again, it's still a runway, is it not? You could also include its primary uses for transportation of people. That would make it different from a tractor or a truck. Yeah. You said something before about hovering, not flying, but hovercraft is still a contact with the ground. The skirt of it is, yes. I think it uses the loose definition of hovering, doesn't it? It kind of says, well, the majority of its mass is not in contact with the ground, like it's away from the ground. You get a shave, Dave. I don't think there's anywhere to build that courthouse there. We've still got sick people. Oh, the courthouse would fit here. That's close. It would do if we rejig things a little bit. Just get rid of this. Move the park over slightly. Why won't you build a space already occupied? I know what it is. Oh, that almost looks... That almost works. Dang it. Dang that elevation. You love the spaghetti intersections, lol. I should do Captain Flint. Flying cars are possible, just use the Incredibles car thing that transforms into a plane. Ooh. Transformation, that's interesting. If your definitions of cars is different to mine, you could be right, but we hold the same standard definition of right. I'm not saying I'm right here, Foxy. I'm asking you what the definition is. You've got access to Google at the moment. Drop that down. Oh boy. Let's see if we can smooth this out. I think the courthouse on the hill could actually look kind of cool if we make it work properly. That may have to move though. Plaza of the Dead. Plaza of the Dead right next to a small park. Seems a bit weird. Top. What? What? Yeah. Rescue, no problem. When will you play Sims 4 again, Presley? I'm not actually sure at the moment. I'm wondering maybe this might look better if we reverse it around like that. But then... Ay, caramba. Okay.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
That's really weird. Not happy with what's going on here. I wish I could paint that in. You used to be able to paint things in this game. There was a mod. Definition of things does change over time. That's definitely true. Some things, anyway. Because I watched one of your streams you did in 2017, Christmas time. It was quite funny. Do you mean the Sims? I remember that. With Jeff Jefferson. I believe cars are possible. The problem is traffic. You mean flying cars, King Awesome? How do we stop people from running into each other and keep out the military zones? It's not practical. I would have thought that by then, people won't be in charge of the cars. Like, they'll just be automated or restricted or something to make them use airways. I don't know. Like, personally speaking, I like the fact that people who operate vehicles in the sky have to go through a lot of training and testing. The idea of putting the average Joe who drives a car up there terrifies me. So even if we had flying cars, I don't think they'd just relax the rules that easily. Okay, that's pretty decent. I mean, you have to have a medical just to be in the, you know, operate in the sky, whereas people drive cars with all kinds of health conditions. I've still got enormous death wave problems going on. I even moved all the water supply. What is wrong with these people? Look, they live in the nicest part of town and they're just... We've almost got the medical thing done. The medical centre. We just need to work out where to put the mall of moderation. Where would the mods want to be? That's the question. Thinking this looks tasty. Could be room for the mall of moderation up here. No, Dave, I don't agree. Air pollution is killing them. Well, you live in Detroit, get used to it. Do you agree that if the definition If the definition has requirements that it needs to have those requirements, the definition of something is the definition of something, but sometimes definitions change over time and sometimes they get relaxed and aren't so strict. Like, in the world of mathematics, definitions are very, very strict. In the world of people, they really aren't. So it depends whether you're going to be a mathematician or more pragmatic. Whoa. That was slightly unexpected at the end there. There we go. Why would you have a mall on top of a hill? It should be in the city. It's the Mall of Moderation, Baz. Look. The Mall of Moderation. It's where the mods live. What a tablet meant 100 years ago and what it means now. Yeah, it's a good example. Exactly, Rome. Exactly right. The mods get the highest points on the map so they can see what's going on. That's exactly it.